Hi, everyone. Thanks for joining me again today as I discuss some topics and some questions that you've had for me over the past few weeks. This post on Instagram and Facebook generated so much interest that I was compelled to share on this channel what I wrote in an article on my website for my students. It's at PorterFlute.com and it's called 20 Ways to Cure Technical Mistakes. You know the ones. The ones that make you want to throw your flute against the wall. The ones where nothing you've tried works. Well, if you keep playing wrong notes, it just means you're unfamiliar with the piece. Truth. It's not that you're a bad flute player or a bad person or anything, except that you're unfamiliar. And mistakes happen because your body, namely your hands, are trying to let you know. Here's some help for when you feel like spending 20 minutes getting something accomplished with that sticky phrase instead of thinking, I'll get to that later. Number 1, play backwards, slowly. Like really, really slowly. Slurred. Not only does it create a new melody for the day, but you might hear a chord progression you might not have otherwise heard. Number 2, long, short, short, long, otherwise known as dotted rhythms. We all know those. Number 3, change your surface. So slur the passage if it's tongued, tongue the passage if it's slurred. That's honesty for you. Number 4, triplets. Play sincere triplets. Separated. Don't run them together thinking I'm playing triplets. Otherwise, they aren't triplets. Number 5, groupings of your choice. You tend to make fun choices. Number 6, payments in pennies on the stand or dimes or $100 bills. Whatever it takes, move the money from one side of the stand to the other. Play the phrase. If it's correct, you move the money. If you don't play the correct phrase, the money goes back. Number 7, the rule of 7. Did you know it takes someone 7 times to hear something and really to do it or understand? So try something 7 times or 25 or 100 times until you get it right. But if you make a mistake, you have to go back to the beginning and begin at 1. Sewing. Only play 2 notes, then thread in the next note. So the first and second and third, and then add the 4th, and then the 5th, etc. And gradually, you've sewn the phrase together. Here's a logical one. Slow playing. S-L-O-W. Really, really slow. Working tempo. Half tempo. Practice tempo. Whatever you call it. If you don't know it, you're unfamiliar. Number 10, playing fast slowly. So you take small micro phrases, the little parts of the phrase, and play them fast, and then add them to the next micro phrase, like the first movement of Iber. Then only go on when all those phrases are clean and clear. Number 11, hold it. Completely stop on the note that's perplexing you. This one works for me on the Mendelssohn Scherzo on all those E flats. Number 12, memorize it. That's it. Look away from the music. You'll get it. It's just that little bit. Look away. This is number 13. Look away from the music and just at your fingers. Watching carefully how the fingers move from one note to another. Neurons connecting in the brain that wouldn't otherwise connect because we're using our eyes as we finger the notes. Solfege. What? Yes, with fixed do. The do is always C. It reminds us of the pitches and emblazons them on our brain. Seriously. Plus, you get to sing. 15. Analysis. Analyze the pitches, their relationships to each other, and their chord structure. 9 times out of 10, you'll improve just by contemplating the form, like in theory class. 16. Evening out. Not evening out, but evening out. Put all the notes in the same octave. It's tricky as you go, but it helps the ear discern the pitches and how maybe you can hear the chord structure. 17. Double it. Double tonguing, subdividing in general. It's an amazing tool. I do this on the slower Brahms Symphony No. 4 in the 4th movement. If you break it up and subdivide, you can make sure you stay even in your technique. Face it, slow technique is hard. Number 18, transpose it. What? Would you please start with the opening of Mozart G major K313 and play it in as many keys as you can and tell me it doesn't make everything better? It's the best thing to transpose for treble clef divas like us. I dare someone to play it in G sharp in their warm-up room in an orchestra audition. Okay, fine. Let's go back to the original key. Number 19. Play it on the piano. Play the phrase on the keyboard. You'll see the intervals more clearly. Play chords underneath. Hold down the sustaining pedal. Play along, sing along, entertain yourself with this passage. The added benefit, it helps you to understand that you can play piano. And number 20. Think for a living. We all need to play what the composer wrote. Everyone has to learn all the correct notes according to the composer. If in error I learn a wrong note, I kick myself. Move on and carry on knowing I learned and rethought. And then make a steady agreement in my brain to never do it again. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you being here and listening to the 20 Ways to Cure technique. Now go practice. And when you're finished practicing, you can visit me at PorterFlute.com.